Hi, Leah.
Hi, Kamna.
So, so I think today's topic is more about me than it is about you.
No,
You
no,
won't.
this is where we might have something in common.
Oh, okay.
This whole
Well, Tell
topic,
it.
we're both going to be dead on and be like, oh, yeah.
Tell everybody what we're talking about.
We're talking about the tomorrow brain.
What does that
What?
mean to you?
Well, it means um, what I decide today that I want my tomorrow person to do.
What a
Why does
good
it mean different
definition.
for you?
No, but I like the way you put that.
Okay.
For
Okay.
me, it might be a little bit of procrastination.
Okay, that's very interesting. I never thought of my tomorrow brain as a procrastinator.
Could
Huh.
be.
Or my today brain.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I
Okay,
can't
well,
wait
we're
to
gonna
get
dig
into
into
it.
this, but yeah, we have to talk about our call to actions first because I failed.
You failed.
I
What
did
happened?
fail. My call to action was to do my little chart and do it in the morning and then
Hmm.
do all the things. And I just have been hit or miss on it
Because,
because I can't find the time to get it done in the morning, like I said I was gonna do.
okay, I'm gonna ask you like 10 more
Well, yeah.
questions.
Well, because I'm down, I have a no, this is actually part of my call to action for this week. So maybe I should just
You wait.
say, I don't know, but go ahead, ask me your questions.
Well, okay, so you're not a person typically to procrastinate. You make your lists and your journal and then you tackle
Hmm.
them one by one.
Hmm.
What do you think you're just too busy right now? Do you think you're
No,
distracted or
no, I'm sitting in when my alarm goes off, I'm laying in there looking at my phone like you used to do. I don't know if you still do it or you went
I
back
do.
to it.
I
Yeah.
still do.
And I realized that this week sometime I'm like, that's why I'm not getting out of bed like I used to. I'm looking at my phone and looking at other stupid stuff that's sucking me in.
Hmm.
So then, therefore, I'm getting up a little bit later, which is then pushing me behind. And then I'm not getting the stuff done that is important that I need to get done.
So do you think your brain is fatigued right now? Is that why you're putting it off?
No, I'm not putting it off. I don't have the time to do it. You
Well,
mean
you're not
putting off
getting
getting out of bed?
right.
Maybe. No, I really honestly think it's freezing and I'm a baby and I don't want
Oh,
to get out of my warm bed.
that makes total
I'm
sense.
awake. I'm wide awake. You can call me and talk to me at 4:15 a.m. and I'm fine. I don't want to, it's too cold to get up.
Well, do you have like a thermostat with a timer?
Of Well, I have a thermostat that keeps it at a certain temperature in there.
Is it a programmable one?
No, but that's a great idea. Like make it so that like a half hour before I get up, it's 80 in there.
Yeah.
A sauna, borderline sauna when I get out of bed.
Honestly, that's the best thing is to have like a programmable
Yeah.
thermostat. It just makes it all nice and toasty when you want.
Yeah, that's an idea. I don't know if mine does that, but I'd have to check into that. Hmm.
It's worth it.
At least I know why now. It's
Yeah.
what's going on because I was wondering that too. I was like, why am I doing this? And now I know why.
It
Yeah.
is too cold and you don't feel like getting out of bed when it's
No.
this cold. Yeah. I
I
agree.
don't want to leave my heater. I don't want to leave the bed. I don't want to leave the shower when I'm in there, like all of it.
Yep. Makes
So,
sense.
all right. So anyway, so I kind of didn't do too hot on that. I'm
That's
working on
okay.
it still. I'm
Yeah.
working on it.
At least you know why now.
Yeah. Just it's if I can fix it. If I can't, then maybe I just adjust a little bit more.
Right.
So, all right, what was your call to action?
My call to action was to stop eating at 7:30 4 nights this week.
Okay.
Um, and I think I did three. So
Okay.
I'll take that as a win because I had a lot of dinners.
Unexpected.
And, yeah, not unexpected, just things like late dinners or outings or just things to do. And so
Yeah.
some of it was beyond my control.
Okay.
Um, but the day there was, okay, I'll tell you, this is a little bit comparable to exercise for me. When I haven't done it for a while and then I have to go back to it, it's so difficult.
Exercise.
Exercise or even
Oh,
this
even the
7:30.
7:30 thing. Okay, okay.
So I haven't done it in a long time. We finished dinner. It's about 7:30 and I'm sitting on my sofa, which, is like a
It's your
siren's
danger
call to
zone.
me. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing, you can have something. You're under your calories for today. It's okay. You can have a little something. And I don't really have very much in my house in terms of sweets or just other snacks. I have a few things. And it wasn't, I didn't want that. I wanted something like ooey gooey,
You
whatever.
wanted decadent, sweet yumminess.
And I negotiated with my brain for about a half an hour. I'm like, no, I'm done logging for today. I'm click the
You
button
click the
that
I'm
says
done. Yeah.
yes. And I said, I can't because I'm gonna be really mad if I don't do this. And the next day I woke up and I was like, great. So you did it. So you can do it. And
So were you proud
that's
of yourself?
I was very proud of myself.
Okay, good.
But it's that
Good.
initial, like, let's get into this. It's difficult. And then you feel frustrated when you can't do it.
I know. So you really successfully talked yourself out of it?
Yes. Yes. Because I
What do you,
was
but it
doing it.
wasn't willpower. What was it though, do you think? Like reason? Like you actually gave reasons or what would you call it?
I was talking down the what's the word I can use? Like the seductor, you
Mm.
know, like, hey baby, you want some chocolate, don't
Mhm.
you? And I said,
You're
no,
like,
thank
nope,
you,
I'm
sir.
married. No, thank you.
So I was like, no, I can't. As much as it was tempting to me, I was like, no,
Yeah.
thanks.
Hmm.
So I try to make up my mind and be firm about it, which I don't know why 7:30, it's really difficult. I can do
Hmm.
great the
Are
rest
you
of the
tired?
day. I
Are you
probably
starting to
am.
get tired?
Yeah, I probably
Yeah.
am. And it's probably like
Maybe.
the first time I really sit down in the whole day. So then
Mhm.
my brain's like,
You deserve a
starts,
reward. We made it to the couch. We made it.
yes, yes,
You need something. You did it. You made it
yes.
through the day and everybody's alive and all of your, everything's good.
Yes, exactly.
It's
Yep.
the I deserve it eating.
That's
Or
exactly what it
relief.
is.
The day's over.
Yep. Both of
Yeah.
those things actually. Probably more the I deserve it, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I get that. I get it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I think that's awesome.
I'm still gonna try for 3 to 4 days a week. I think it helps me
Okay.
manage that nighttime eating piece,
What
which is
happened the fourth day or one of the other days? Just
so
too
we
busy?
were at dinner 2 times, no, 3 times. And then one day we had a late dinner. That's more than,
Okay.
yeah, that's 4 days.
Okay.
So
Oh, I don't know how you eat dinner late. It drives me nuts.
I don't like it, but sometimes
Yeah. You have
like
no
we
choice,
were
I know.
invited to dinner on a Sunday night and they serve dinner when they serve dinner, you know.
Oh, good for
W-
you. I would have said I can't go.
We got there at your bedtime almost.
No. I would have been like, we cannot come. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
still gonna keep trying to do it.
All right. I like it. So we both did half. Well, you did more than half of yours.
I think I did what, 75%? Is that what that
Yeah.
is?
We both probably. We're both
I got a
not too good
C.
with.
Oh, that's all
No,
right.
yeah, you got a B.
All right, I'll
I'd
take
give
a
you a
B.
B. So, all right. So, are we ready to tackle this?
Yes. I think we started at the same place with the list of
Well,
things.
I wrote down, I don't like my tomorrow brain, but I actually don't like my night brain either. That's what
Oh,
I wrote
wait,
down
what
first
does
on
that
my paper.
mean?
It
What does that
means
mean?
I don't like my night brain because I don't like that it's coming up with all of these things that it's going to do tomorrow. I don't like that. It's making me
Oh.
mad. And then I don't like the tomorrow brain because the tomorrow brain is like, I don't want to do all of this that you said that you were going to do yesterday. So I
Mm.
don't, they like are both conflicting or
Yeah.
they're both mad at each other. Like my
Okay.
tomorrow brain is really mad at my today brain for doing that. And the today brain is already, I don't know. I immediately was like, ugh, I don't like this brain tonight or the tomorrow one.
That
Am I making,
makes so much sense.
does it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now let me be honest and say flat out, I am 100% guilty of always every single day or night saying tomorrow I'm going to do this.
Really?
100%. I bet you I do this every single night of my life. I would bet my life I do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like not in a planning way, but in a making a list for tomorrow planning, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I'm gonna do that. Like, whatever. Yeah.
So that's different from like planning. Like I have to go here and I
Yeah.
have to do this and I have to get my oil
Yeah.
change
Well,
and
that's
like,
in there too. All that's in there too. I'll 100% always am saying what I need to do tomorrow in my head or writing it down actually.
hmm. So do
You
you,
don't?
well, I mean, I think obviously I do.
Okay.
And I think for me, it's more of, well, I mean, I think we should just talk about our list because for me,
Yeah, go ahead. Start.
that's where this starts is, I just made a sort of a random list, but as you were talking, I was sort of thinking about the things that I don't want to do. I have to make a follow-up appointment with my dentist.
Mhm.
Why have I not done that? I keep
Mhm.
saying, oh, wait, tomorrow I'm going to do it
I'm
and
gonna
then
do
I
it
haven't
tomorrow.
done it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if like if something's wrong with your car, you
Yeah.
know, like, oh, I'll go to the shop tomorrow or I have to
Tomorrow.
make an
I'm gonna
appointment.
call it tomorrow. Right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the one I was thinking about really for me is after a period of indulgence with eating to be I'll be back on track tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
brain. Yeah. I'm
Mhm.
gonna eat vegetables tomorrow. I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna get the vegetables tomorrow. And I'm gonna get a dip tomorrow. And I'm gonna eat my vegetables tomorrow.
That sounds really specific. Have you thought about that?
Yes, a lot. Every day, I think. A lot of this is like every day. I'm gonna make dinner tomorrow. Tonight I can't make it. It's too late already. I'm gonna make dinner tomorrow.
Okay.
And tomorrow is already mad at today. I can feel it.
Really?
Yes. It's bad. I'm gonna do my arm exercises tomorrow.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do my chair exercises tomorrow. I'm going to. There's constantly a million things for tomorrow.
Yeah. I also had clean. So
Yep, that's on there.
closets, dishes, rooms, garage, car, any of those things.
Hmm.
Clean.
Hmm. I have text messaging people back on there.
Oh.
Like I'll be laying in bed. I'll be like, oh shoot, I got to text so and so. I'll text her tomorrow. What? Like it's a constant tomorrow, 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 tomorrow.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The one I read, which I thought was actually very appropriate, is get rid of clothes from your closet.
Hmm.
I was putting that up for a while and finally did half of my project.
Yeah.
Right now for me, shop for gifts. I'm really struggling with this one.
Yeah. Christmas shopping, holiday
Yes.
shopping.
Yes.
Hmm. Oh,
Exercise.
well, yeah, exercise for sure, but I also do get caught up on some shows of my TV shows. I'll just do it tomorrow.
You're going to watch tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Interesting.
I know. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Why do I do
Why are
this?
why are you judging yourself?
Because again, my tomorrow brain is already mad at today.
So tomorrow you won't want to watch the
No,
shows?
no, I'm not gonna have time. I know I'm not gonna have time. I already
So
know I'm not gonna have time for all of the things that I'm saying I'm gonna do tomorrow.
okay, so I want to ask you like a few questions about this specifically
Okay.
because I think it's interesting. If
Okay.
you put something like watch shows tomorrow, first of all, why are you putting that on the list for tomorrow?
Because I don't have time today.
But you want to watch the shows.
Yeah.
And then when tomorrow comes around, why are you mad at your yesterday brain?
Because I already know I don't have time tomorrow.
So you made a plan to watch the shows knowing that you won't have time,
Well, I didn't make a plan. My today brain is saying tomorrow do it.
but it made the tomorrow list.
It made the tomorrow. But this is what I mean. Everything makes the tomorrow list.
Hmm.
I need to be realistic and say it needs to be on the Friday list, but I don't go that far out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Why do you think you don't go like
I don't
break it
know.
down?
I don't know. Because maybe I put it on the tomorrow list just in case there's time, in case there's a snow day and I don't have to go into work. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
maybe that's why.
Yeah. For me, I can honestly say it's procrastination.
Hmm.
there's things that I just don't want to put the
Ever do?
effort into,
Mm.
or like some of the calling, and scheduling, I find it very tedious and I find it like makes me very frustrated.
Yes.
So I don't want to do that because it's
Mhm.
not a pleasurable activity.
Mhm.
Or even like if I have to do some of my work, I don't necessarily want to do that because it's tedious or it's like busy work
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
it's not the fun part.
So that's like that is procrastinating, don't you think?
Hmm. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember when my kids were little and they would say, "Oh, we want to help you," whatever it was, either baking or making something. I'm like, "Go sit at the table." And they're like, "No, I don't want to do that. That's not the
I
fun
know.
part. I want to do the fun part."
Yes. You're like, but then you're not helping me.
Yeah, I understood their point. Like nobody
I
wants
know.
busy work.
Right.
People want to be in the thick of
They
it and
want to do
having
the fun
fun.
part. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wants to do the busy work.
Ugh, you're right. So now I'm getting mixed messages here because is my tomorrow brain just my today brain procrastinating?
Is it?
I don't know. I have some things we'll talk about on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
first of all, I do want to say that I did read a study that said that they have studied this exact concept and they do brain scans and I want to do more research on it, but essentially your brain there are brain scans that show that we actually view our present self as me. Like you view it
mhm.
as yourself, but we envision our future self as a stranger. So
Oh.
we're more than willing to load future Leah up with just unrealistic crap. And we're like, all right, I don't that person is basically a stranger, so I'm just going to give her a bunch of stuff to do. And I imagine that that stranger is going to do it fine,
Hmm.
but that person doesn't really exist.
So, okay, just to get
And by the
clarification on
way, it
this.
happens to every single person. When they did these brain scans, every single person was guilty of this.
So, do you think it's a today person is envisioning
Me.
that's me, but the me is envisioning tomorrow's person as a different, better
Yeah.
version?
Today's version of me thinks tomorrow I'm going to just be the most amazing dang person out there. And
So
that she's going to
you're,
make up imaginary time into the day and the tomorrow Leah is like going to have it all done and there's going to be this whole extra hour where she's like, "Oh, what am I going to do with all this time?" That's what the today me is thinking. And that's not and I know it sounds stupid and ridiculous, but I think that's what the today me is saying. It's like, "Oh, tomorrow girl, you're going to give so much. You got all of this time tomorrow.
yeah,
You have 24 hours tomorrow."
no,
I know, but do you know what I mean?
yeah. I think that's very normal. I think we all are like that. We think tomorrow I'm going to be better. I'm going to do
Yeah.
more. I'm going to be more effective and more like collected in my thoughts. And
Tomorrow, vegetables are going to taste amazing. No, they're not. But the today me thinks they are.
Mhm. Speaking of that, I used to buy those salad greens that are in the box, the
Yeah.
big giant mixed salad greens. And every week I would end up throwing them out. And I said, okay, this time when I buy them, I'm going to eat them. And something would happen and I've thrown them out for weeks on end. I stopped buying them. When I want to eat salad, I do miss it. But I'm like,
Yeah.
this is ridiculous. I keep throwing this stuff away thinking I'm going to eat it tomorrow. And what a sad, sad waste of money and
That's your
stuff.
tomorrow brain.
Makes me sad.
So it's your today brain that's blaming it on tomorrow or
No,
pushing it off tomorrow.
my today brain is tomorrow you're going to be awesome
Yep.
and eat the salad and you're going to feel so good and you're going to do good things as a result.
Ugh.
And then I'm throwing that salad in the garbage.
See, this is why I get mad at the today brain. Like, just do it already, Leah.
Yes,
You know what I
just do
mean?
it. Just do
Like,
it.
this is why this topic I started with. I don't like the tomorrow brain or the today brain because I just get so mad at the today brain. All right,
What?
but go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go.
Well, I went to like, why do we do this? I really was like,
Yes, good
why
question.
is this, right? The first thing I realized, which was like, literally, this is crazy to me that I've never connected these dots. And I'm so happy I did. Because usually when we start going into the tomorrow brain mode, we are more relaxed.
Oh,
So here is
let's,
statistically, usually we do these thoughts after most of our responsibilities are already done for the day. Or you've already told yourself, it's already too late today, so I can't do that.
mhm,
You're more likely to have decompressed for the day, and now you're activating the tomorrow thoughts.
mhm.
And it's very true for me, I think. I want to deep dive into this, but I think I do start going into my tomorrow, I'm going to do this mode after I'm already like, oh, all right, I did everything's good today. The dishes are in the sink. We're good on all of that.
Hmm.
I've already rounded the corner and I'm ready to just start getting ready for bed and relax.
So
So
do you
everything,
think your tomorrow brain turns on at night?
I think so
Hmm.
for me.
For me, I don't think so.
When is yours?
I think it's like throughout the day, little pockets of time when I'm still, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to call the dentist. The dentist is on my
Oh, but
mind.
that's your procrastinating brain.
Is that a different brain?
I think it might be.
Oh, I don't, I don't
You
know if I
don't?
agree with that.
All right. Well, tell me why, or tell me more about that.
So, I was looking at this site, having trouble today. It's
Mhm.
called deprocrastination.co slash
Okay.
blog. Um, and they were just talking about how like you put these things off because you can't focus or you have distractions or you have good intentions when you start out, but
Mm-hmm.
something is getting in the way. And maybe it's a temptation of your phone or your iPad or a show or something that distracts you. And then suddenly you say, I don't have any time to do anything when literally you just wasted 2 hours.
Right. Right.
So for me,
Hmm.
it kind of puts that the procrastination syncs up with the tomorrow brain because I'm putting off tomorrow what I really wanted to do today, but
Mm-hmm.
I let myself get distracted so then I didn't get to it, but my intentions are so good, I'm still going to put it on the list.
Mm. Okay. I'm still thinking about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm still confused on it, if I'm being honest, about the procrastinating versus the tomorrow. Like, but you're right. I think both of them you have good intentions.
Well, and some of the reasons why I was reading that we procrastinate or put it off till tomorrow is we say, I'll do it tomorrow. And the reasons why are either fear, like, I don't want to go to the dentist,
Mm.
and I don't want to sit there for 2 hours getting my work done. It could be perfectionism. So if you don't think you
Yeah.
can do it perfectly, you're not going to
Yeah.
do it, or overwhelm. And what I mean by that is we make these lists for tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if we don't ever get to cross anything off, then that list just keeps growing.
Okay, bigger, bigger.
And then it's like a pile of laundry that you never want to do because you're
Mm-hmm.
like, forget it. It's too much.
That's very true. Well, which is interesting because I have this formula. Not really a formula. The fact that I call it a formula will, and then I say it, you'll understand that I know nothing about math. Anyway, unrealistic lists, unrealistic things you're going to do tomorrow equals overwhelming feelings tomorrow, which equal poof to motivation.
Hmm.
Motivation just is gone. The minute you start getting overwhelmed, your motivation is gone.
Yes.
And that's
Overwhelming.
what today we do. Today we set unrealistic things that we're going to get done tomorrow. Then when I wake up tomorrow, I look at it all and I'm like, oh my God, this is a ton. I don't like yesterday's brain at all. And then I immediately lose my motivation. Do you
Hmm.
know what I mean? It's like this equation that we're doing to ourselves.
Yes. I think overwhelm puts sort of paralysis in there because you're like, oh, I
Mhm,
can't do this. It's too much. I can't handle
mhm,
it. I'm not
mhm.
doing it.
You know what else is funny is, like, some of the stuff, it's fun. Some of the stuff I'm, like, gonna do tomorrow, I actually get excited about
Oh, really?
because I don't actually have to do them right now, I think.
Oh, what is that? What kind of
Like,
things?
I actually will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy this new dip and buy cucumbers tomorrow," and I get excited about it because I don't have to do it right now. I don't have to
Oh,
eat it right now. So it's, like,
okay.
fun to think about it, and then tomorrow comes and I'm like, "I don't wanna really eat this,"
Yeah.
but it was fun when I thought of it.
Yeah.
Some of it.
Maybe, maybe, okay, now as you're talking about it, maybe it's you want we all want to be better. We want to eat
Right.
more vegetables, we want to do all the tasks that we need to do. We want to have time for pleasure. We want to have time with our friends. I always want to do better at calling people, but I really stink at it.
Yeah.
And I always think I'm going to have more time tomorrow to call, but I don't want to live my life like that. So I want to be a better person,
Mhm.
but I think I'm not looking at myself realistically. You know, like I'm not good at calling people because I don't want to change the conversation and just have like a 5 minute conversation when I'm driving from somewhere. That doesn't seem
Right.
fair to the other person that I'm not investing enough time. But
Yeah.
maybe I need to be realistic and say, okay, I can have a 5 minute conversation. It's okay.
But is it, now we're gonna go down another rabbit hole, but is it the fact that, like, if you call them, you know it won't be 5 minutes?
It won't be 5 minutes. And
Right, and
wait,
it's hard to
so
get off the phone, and then
yes,
you feel rude being like, "I really only have 5 minutes."
yes,
It's a whole can of worms when you're in that boat.
yes,
So, in that case, it's just easier to just keep saying tomorrow.
yeah. It's the same thing for me for exercise. I was out of it for probably a couple of months and I was doing walks and things here and there, but not the same level of what I was. And it was really hard to get back into it. It was
Mm.
exhausting. I didn't feel good. I felt nauseous. It was hard. This
Oh.
week, I'm like, it's not so hard today. It is hard, but not so
I
hard.
give you credit for pushing through. Good for you.
Look, I know I need it for my mental health. I've said that so many times. I just
Yeah.
really need it. And I feel better. I feel stronger and I feel more capable. But to push through that period of just,
This is
ugh,
misery.
I don't have a word for it. It's like, ugh, that's the
I
word.
know.
I just need to push through that to get to where I want to be. And I think that could be a barrier also is
Mhm.
it's going to be hard. The tracking, keeping track of your food, managing, going out to eat, doing the exercise, getting the water in, finding a restroom to go to
Oh,
the
you're
bath.
already overwhelming me, right? Yeah.
Yes, it's too much for
Mhm.
anybody.
Yeah.
And if you have to maintain that all the time, no wonder we're putting it off until tomorrow.
Mhm. It's a good point. Good, you made me feel better about myself now. Thank you.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Well, I think you had, didn't you say you found some tips?
I did. I went to this deepprocrastination.co. And they had something called the 3C framework, which I was intrigued by. What does this mean? So
Okay.
the three C's were clock, calendar, and coffee. So the first C is to set a clock to complete a task, and that will make you feel the pressure to get it done and not talk yourself out of it. So if you say, I'm doing my arm exercises for 8 minutes and I'm setting the clock, and when those 8 minutes are done, then I can
You're
just move
done.
on with my life
Mhm.
instead of, oh, I have to do the arm exercise. I have to do the arm exercise. Like it's just done because the
So do
timer
you think that
went off.
also means setting a time that you're on the clock that you're gonna start it
Well,
too?
that's the second C
Oh, okay.
is calendar. So you
Okay.
block out parts of your calendar and create a schedule. And for some people, they hate creating a schedule. My mom's like, I don't need a list. I don't need a calendar. I know what I'm doing today. And here are me and my siblings and my dad with lists all over the place.
Mhm.
And part of that is the calendar. Like I know tomorrow what I have to do, and then the next day what I have to do and where I can fit things in. And I'm going out, so then I need to go to the library. I need to go to the bank or the wherever, and then I can
Right.
do all of my errands the same time because that's on my calendar.
Mhm.
So even things that, like if it's working out or even tracking your food, if you say, okay, I'm going to track in the evening when I'm at 8 o'clock, when I'm sitting on the sofa, or from
Mhm.
8 to 8:30 I'm going to find some time to track,
Yeah.
it could be even like a window of time.
Mhm.
And then the third C was coffee. And what they mean by this is it's called an action prompt. And basically, it's a cue. So if you say, I'm sitting down at the desk with my coffee, and now I have to fill out my expense report.
Call the dentist.
Yeah, call the dentist. So you
So
create a
it's
cue.
just like, yeah, it's the cue.
Hmm.
So what we're doing is making like or we're trying to do a habit loop, but in a different way, a
Yes.
little bit, because
Yes.
we're doing it different with a time and then a timer and then a time that we're doing it. And then, okay.
Yes, exactly. And I also read this, which I was like, this statement was really interesting. The goal isn't attainable perfection, but attainable improvement.
So the goal isn't to attain perfection.
Right.
Yeah.
But to attain improvement. And then what matters most is your trend over time. So the first week that I got back to exercise, I was doing a half an hour because that's all I could muster. And that was it.
Yeah.
Whatever that looked like, that was it. And then, the next week I was like, okay, I got to add some strength back in. And so I added a little bit, maybe 5, 10 minutes. It's just whatever I can get done. And especially over the holidays, we've talked about this a couple of episodes that sometimes you just got to do whatever you can get done instead of expecting I'm going to work out an hour a day and I'm going to eat
Right.
my vegetables and dip every day. And like maybe that's not going to happen today, but you're going to do the best that you can.
Yeah. But what I think I need to stop doing is saying it's not going to happen. Why do I keep putting it till tomorrow? Because then tomorrow I just keep getting overwhelmed.
Yeah. Is it
So I
something you
think
really
you're
want to
right.
do?
I mean, is anything on my list something that I really want to do? Probably not.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Is anything that I really say I'm going to do tomorrow something that I really, really want to do?
But how do you
Probably not.
feel when you get it done?
Well, I feel awesome when I have to cross stuff off, always. Yeah, it's a great feeling.
So I think we need to chase that feeling instead of the dread of,
Yeah,
oh God, I have so much to do.
yeah, it's a good point. We're chasing the wrong feeling.
And this article also was talking about making distractions more difficult to access. So if I'm sitting with my phone and my watch, which pings,
Right?
and I have my iPad or my computer near me, and something pings, something makes a noise, and then I'm like, oh, I got to go check what that is. I got to go look at that. I need to make that a little bit more difficult to access if I'm trying to complete a task. And if it's a 10-minute task, theoretically, I should be able to do that without getting distracted. But they also said that what you need to do is push through and refocus. So you need to retrain your brain to, if you get distracted, which will happen, then you have to say, oh, okay, I checked that email. Now I need to go back to what I was doing. Or I checked that notification
Ah.
and need to go back because the distractions will happen.
So I think that what you're saying is the key to this is really just calling it yep, you did it. You got distracted. Let's go. Let's zero
Let's
right
go
back.
back. Yep.
Yeah. Because we don't do that. I don't. Well, I shouldn't speak for whoever. I'm just saying I don't. When I get distracted, I'm like, oh, I got distracted. And then I keep going down that distraction path when I need to just keep kind of redirect, redirect,
Mhm.
redirect.
Well, I mean, and that happens so often that you could sit and open an email and then you go to some social media and then you're gone, an hour is gone, and you're like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to do 50 things in this hour. I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
So the other thing I was
Hmm.
thinking about when we was thinking about this is we've often talked in our call to action groups with people who want to set these habits in place of attaching them to things that they like to do. So if you want to do 10-minute arms, do it before you get to scroll on your phone.
Hmm.
And that's like a little bit of a reward for accomplishing the task that you wanted.
That's a great idea that I have to remember to do. I
Because I
usually
think
do
we,
it when I'm watching my shows, but clearly I don't have enough time to watch my shows because I said that at the beginning. So I have to attach it to
mm,
something different.
or give yourself a reward, like you did the 8 minutes or 10 minutes of whatever you were planning to do.
Yeah.
And here's a little reward. So your brain's like, oh, look, we did the arm exercises. We get a little treat. And
Right.
not food or anything, but
Right.
like a behavior that you're like, oh, that was fun,
Hmm.
instead of associating it with negative.
Yeah. I think I do that a lot. I associate it with negative stuff, probably. Or not negative stuff, just more like, well, you didn't do it again kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's a dangerous loop for us to be in.
Hmm.
We put things on our list that we sometimes know we're going to fail at. And that failure leads to more disappointment, which leads to
Hmm.
more. I mean, I'm just going to speak for myself. I'm a loser. I can't get anything done. I'm a failure. Look at me. I'm just, uh, I dream big and I accomplish nothing. I could just go on and on. And that cycle just perpetuates that whole tomorrow brain in a negative way.
Yeah. That's a good point. I think that's where I am. I'm perpetuating my tomorrow brain in a negative way.
Yeah.
And that's where I got to get out of that. I think you hit the nail right on the head for me today.
Well, and it also becomes a little bit about motivation. So I think that reward or a timer or a cue, whichever way
Or I
motivates
think
you.
even more so be realistic.
Yes,
I think a lot of the times we're setting ourselves up for unrealistic things.
very true. Very true.
And if I would just be like, really, you're not going to do half of that stuff. Why are you setting yourself up for failure before it's even
Mm,
tomorrow? You know?
hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would spin me into the more positive direction if I immediately was like, yeah, you know, you're not gonna do that tomorrow, but maybe you could do that Sunday.
Oh, definitely.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Or
It's a
maybe even
very good
break it up
point.
into chunks that is more doable. Like if you have to buy presents and wrap them and shop for the presents and then buy them and label them and get the wrapping paper and whatever. Like that, all of that is a little bit
Is work.
overwhelming.
Hmm.
Just to break it up even.
Tiny tasks. Yeah. I some of it the more I think I'm opposite you. I like tedious. I'd rather do tedious than big picture stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. I think I don't mind it if I can see the outcome. If I
Yeah.
know I'm going to do my dishes and their sink will be clean, that makes me very happy. I don't enjoy doing dishes, but I'll do it because I don't like seeing the dishes in the sink. And the same for laundry. Like I don't like to see it overflowing. I have a little bit of OCD probably. I just don't like to see that. So for me, if I know I can get on the other side of it and I can just have
That's
like,
your reward. Like
yes.
you have associated that. That's a really important thing that I think some of us need to hear is like that can be the reward,
Hmm.
is seeing it clear.
Yeah. Because the clutter clutters up my brain. So
Mm, so good. All right. So what are you working on? Do you have a call to action for the week?
you're gonna laugh at me, but I have a two-parter. I
Okay.
am going to make my dentist appointment.
Okay, good. I was gonna put you on the spot and tell you to do that.
I need to get it done. I have a
Yeah.
little chip in my filling and I need to get that fixed. Um, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. I need to stop like over dramatizing the whole experience. The
But
second part is, but what were you going to say? I don't want to interrupt you.
no, to me, I would be like, that's a time sucker sitting in the
Yes.
dentist chair. That's what
Yes.
I wouldn't want to do it. Like, oh, I don't want to do it. Like, you're not scared of it. You're not like, it's just I could be doing 5 million other things in that time.
Yes.
So I get it. I get it. Anyway.
And then the second one is I would like to add a little bit of jogging to my routine, not running,
Whoa.
jogging.
Okay.
So what I did today, which I really enjoyed because it broke up the time, is I walked for 4 minutes, and then on the fifth minute, I ran for a minute. I know it sounds really complicated, but then it like broke up the time. So I was like, oh, I'm already done. I
So
can run for a
I
minute.
like this. How many times are you going to do this?
Um, Probably 3 times this week.
So you're walking 5 minutes and then jogging 1 minute.
Yes.
I
I
think
felt
somebody
good.
else does that in one of our call to actions, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
remember.
so.
Okay, good.
I
Maybe
think
that's where I got
so.
my inspiration.
You probably did, and you didn't even know. And you're making your dentist appointment.
Yes, I am.
What did I say mine was going to be? I started it at the beginning and now I can't even remember.
Uh, you said you had one and you thought you had one, and I don't know what it
Oh
was.
my gosh, you guys, it's totally blanking me out because we were talking about it at the beginning of this. And I was talking about my last
Oh,
week's.
was it your chart?
Gosh,
Because
this
you
is
said you're going to come back to
ridiculous.
it. You're
Yeah,
filling in your chart.
I am filling in my chart. I am going to do that. And that is continually what I want to do. I'm just going to leave it at that because I really don't remember what my aha moment was that I said I was going to talk about today at the this wasn't even 30 minutes ago, you guys. This is crazy that my head forgets.
When you have these aha moments, you have to either write them down or say it
I
in the
know.
moment.
I know. I do. You're right. I know I do.
Okay,
Well, I'm
well,
going to still work on it. Um which for everybody knows that's my circular chart that I'm just trying to fill in and make these habits that I really really want to make a habit.
yep.
So I'm going to go for it again this week.
Excellent.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, good job.
All right, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.